Hi friends, welcome back to my channel SciTech. In this I'm going to talk about the review of the Moto H20 device after using close to 100 days of usage. Yes friends, it's been 100 days of using the Moto H20 and right now I'm getting plenty of comments regarding the Moto H20. Is it perfect time to buy this phone or not? The main reason is because by the time I'm making this video, there's a Flipkart big savings day sale is going on in the Flipkart, and during this sale you can actually get the Moto H20 for about 27,000 rupees after using discount cards, SBI credit card. If you don't have the SBI credit card, you can actually get for about 28,000 rupees. So is it worth to buy this 28,000 rupees Moto H20 right now or not? That's what my main intention of making this long-term review usage of this Moto H20 device. So definitely friends, make sure to watch till end of the video because there are a few things which you should be aware of this Moto H20 before you actually plan to buy this Moto H20 device. So first let me to mention few problems. First problem is about the display touch issue problems. It will be there in the Moto H20, not only in the Moto H20, even in the Moto H20 Pro as well. And there are a lot of comments I'm getting regarding the Moto H20 touch problems. As you can see, these are the comments which I'm getting regarding the Moto H20. Not only my comments, you can actually read the Flipkart reviews as well. If you try to go to the Flipkart ratings, just go to the negative first and try to check everything. All the comments will be only about the display. Yes, the display touch issues, the display is not functioning properly, all these kind of problems. Yes, actually those kind of problems are present in the Moto H20. Until now there is no update has come for my Moto H20 device. The last update was I think 23rd of September, somewhere around that. As you can see, you can clearly see friends. So September security patch I am running right now in the December 15th. Yes, so still there is no update to fix that problem. I thought of mentioning these things first. So make sure to check those reviews friends regarding touch issue problems. Please don't forget to check out the touch issue problems. So these are really important. And now let's continue regarding the other things about the phone. For example, how is the performance, how is the battery, how is the camera, and all those things I'll let you talk in this entire video. So first thing is about the performance. Regarding the performance wise, the phone has got the Snapdragon 778G processor, and which is really very smooth and not much issues, not much complaints. And one more quick note, I never felt like I am using the Snapdragon 778G. It feels like using Snapdragon 870 or something, like really good and powerful processor. Yes, the opening speeds of the applications and games are like really very fast, and RAM optimization is really great in terms of keeping so many apps in the background as a RAM management as well. That's kind of really fantastic to see this kind of RAM management and really optimized. Stock Android pure, there's no ads, there's no bloatware, nothing at all. So you will be getting really very cool experience with this Moto H20 device. And during the gameplay experience, the Battlegrounds mobile game, still there is no 90 FPS update. I think anyway we cannot expect 90 FPS in the Snapdragon 778G processor, but still I just want to inform you. And one more quick note, when you're trying to play the games, try to always use this touch sensitivity option. So that will really help you to maintain really high touch sampling rate in your device. So make sure to use those kind of options in the Moto H20. And apart from that, the annual benchmark scores will be around close to I think 5,25,000 or yes 5,20,000 and benchmark scores which we got in this device, as you can clearly see. So which is kind of pretty low when compared with other devices, but the performance feels really good. So no issues, not much complaints. Not for heavy gaming I don't recommend because battery will drain. It's not for heavy gaming, but normally it's fantastic. Next thing regarding the display. Display is the one biggest drawback for this Moto H20 device. Yes, you may think the phone has got 144Hz refresh rate, OLED panel, all those things, but trust me friends, there will be touch issues if you use any kind of tempered glass. So that's one thing. So now let me change this comments to most recent comments I'm trying to select. Okay, most recent comments 1 day ago. Do not buy this phone, very big touch problems. Touch issues are the most of the times 144Hz is not used. Yes, exactly. That is what I'm trying to mention friends. So touch issues after using for 15 days. You may be facing this kind of problem, touch issue problems. So still there is no software update. I did speak to the Moto team as well, and they did mention that we'll be releasing the software update, but till now I did not receive any kind of software update. It's been 40 days more than that time, but still there is no input about this one. And I think overall the software wise, I'm not sure that Moto will be providing very good stable updates, because only one update I did receive in this device till now, only one update. So if you keep those kind of touch issues aside, the display is fantastic friends. So the display has got really good saturation levels and contrast levels. Even the outdoor visibility is fantastic, not much issues. Even the bezels are also slightly slim, there's no problem at all. And which has got the 144 Hz display refresh rate. So most of the, I think few games which are actually supported with the 144 Hz, they can actually play very smooth without any kind of problem in the Moto H20. That's kind of good. Only display touch issues problem can be there. So myself, I did experience. So that's the reason I'm trying to stress much on this problem. Next thing is about the battery and the charging. Charging, the phone takes about 50 minutes to charge, and the battery backup, it's kind of okay, I would say. It's not that great. Maybe you can expect the screen on time up to kind of close to 5 to 6 hours of screen on time. So if I don't play the games, then the screen on time, it goes up to 6.5 hours of screen on time as well. In my device, in my experience, that is what I did get the screen on times. So most of the time I don't play the games in the Moto H20. So for me, that's not an issue regarding the charging, regarding the battery backup in this device. If you play the games, the battery will be draining faster in this device. So screen on time, you can expect up to close to 6 hours of screen on time in this Moto H20 device because of less battery capacity, 4000, because of that makes phone less weight. That's also kind of understandable. So that's not much I'm going to stress you. So next thing is about the camera wise. Camera wise is also kind of another disappointing in this Moto H20. It's not that great. So these are the few things I'll try to mention: camera and display and battery. These three things are like biggest drawbacks for the Moto H20 device. These three things, yes, especially friends, these three are really very drawback. The phone has got 108 megapixel camera, but still it's not performing like 108 megapixel. I'll try to show you a couple of shots. The outdoor shots were kind of okay, I would say, but indoor shots sometimes it's not that great. Outdoor shots, as you can see, friends, these are the outdoor shots looks. It's really great, right? Not bad. And these are the indoor shots which I'm trying to show you exactly. It's kind of okay, but it's not that great. It's not that pleasing for the eyes to see the images sometimes. Front camera kind of okay, and this is the back camera clarity. This is how it looks. And most of the time I did like the iQOO 7s and OnePlus Nord 2 camera than the Moto H20. Yes, that's something I thought of mentioning for you all regarding the camera thing. So these are quick details, friends. And one more thing, you cannot record 4K 60 FPS is not supported at this moment, unfortunately. That's kind of slightly drawback is there in the video segment. I think you can only record up to 4K, 30 FPS only. There is no 60 FPS 4K. That's something you should definitely know about. So finally, friends, about the connectivity, also another slight drawback, I would say sometimes, because I'm not getting that great Wi-Fi reception speeds. So I'm not saying like it's kind of okay, but not that great when compared with other phones. So right now I do have other Realme phones, Realme GT Master Edition and some of the other phones. So when I connect to the same Wi-Fi network, I was able to get high speeds in other phone rather than this phones. Yes, that's kind of problem is there, but little bit got fixed. Little bit in the beginning it used to be up to I think 30-40 Mbps only, but right now it's increased to 61. But my Wi-Fi plan is 91. So I was supposed to get 91, but still I'm not getting that kind of speeds. So there might be a little bit kind of maybe problem with the Wi-Fi reception speeds. But when I'm standing next to the Wi-Fi router, I used to get a high speeds. I mean, when the signal is really full. That's something I thought of just stressing. But apart from that, I don't have any issues with the 4G plus, more 5G bands, and kind of okay in the connectivity wise. So only one thing I did like is the performance is only my favorite thing because of stock UI experience. That's only one favorite thing of this device. Yes, when compared with everything. Build quality wise also, friends, less white, not an issue. Dual speakers not there, only single speaker, only one speaker, and there is no 3.5mm jack as well. That's also another thing. And side mounted fingerprint scanner is also pretty slow. It's not that fast in terms of unlocking. It's kind of really very slow. A little bit kind of slow when compared with other side mounted fingerprint scanners. That's something I thought of mentioning. But overall, friends, in the build quality wise, I did really enjoy using this device. And single hand typing is also really very possible because of this less weight. I don't feel stress at all. And I can actually use with single hand this big screen mobile phone for a long time without any kind of stressing much. That's the thing I did like in this device. And next thing is about the software updates. Forget about the software updates. Till now, I did not get software update except one software update. I'll try to show you the exact set software update details if possible. There should be somewhere around here. Yes. So software, I think, let me just show you exactly update history. You can see 23rd of September it got updated. That's it. 23rd. After that, till now I did not get any software updates in this device. So I did see a lot of comments saying that Moto is not that great in terms of providing software updates regularly. Yes, it seems to be kind of true because it's been, I think, more than October 23rd, November 23rd, and December 15th right now. I think close to 75 days, still there is not an update. And within this time, the Realme XN Max did receive, I think, close to 4 to 5 updates, and iQOO 7 received. So friends, in terms of software updates, I'm not that happy with this Moto H20 device regarding the software updates. So you need to remember even about these software updates as well. So there's a lot of drawbacks in this Moto H20 rather than advantages. The only advantage is you are getting stock UI experience. That's it. Yes, if you want stock UI experience, you can actually buy about 15,000 rupees another Moto phone. If you want, you can do that. But spending this much of money and having a lot of problems is kind of one thing, and not providing that kind of premium service are also another sad part to see. I wish they could have provided more software updates regularly. Instead of providing after 100 days, they should provide immediately. Yes, that's what I can definitely give the advice for them. So, and I did read a lot of comments, friends, regarding this one. For the first time, I do feel kind of similar. So whatever the comments I do read, I'm facing same kind of problems even in my Moto H20 device as well. So that's it, friends. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates, and please let me know in the comment section below still if you're facing this kind of problems in your Moto H device or not. And let's see what the Moto gonna do. Until now, there's no software updates. Even I'm not that happy with the software updates in this device. And that's it, friends. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for more updates. And meanwhile, signing off. Until then, stay tuned. Let me know in the comment section below what are your thoughts on this Moto H20. Signing off. Bye.